Hello, my name is Tim Cook and I'm a historian and writer. Descending stairs to emerge in the past, running from or through the present, staying or fleeing in an imagined fascist future. Past, present, future. The trenches of the Western Front in the Great War of 1914 to 1918 with all their brutality and horror. The labyrinth of Berlin in the interwar years, that in-between time of the breaking of structures, with the dark shadow of the Great War obscuring the twilight of the doomed Weimar Republic, even as an ominous Nazi fascism is on the rise. Again, past, present, future. History inspires and warns. It can be mined for ideas, narrative, and emotion. These three films, Berlin, Alexanderplatz, Fabian, and Transit, engage with and present to us some of Germany's difficult history. But the past is not dead. It is a history that throbs in contemporary society. The past is always entangled in the present, in our lives, within our communities, at the national, at the international level. We often try to bury the past in the hope of burying the pain, but it always returns, although often reanimated in different ways. I think of the shells on the Western Front from the Great War, where some 10 million soldiers were killed, millions were maimed, empires destroyed, and new ideologies birthed like communism or the seeds of discontent that would lead to fascism. I think of the millions of unexploded artillery shells that were fired but did not detonate. Those objects of destruction live deep in the soil, still dangerous in the dark and still pushing their way to the surface. As they reach for sunlight, they find the living. And to this day, a few people every year are killed or maimed from the high explosives and corrosive mustard gas. The past is not inert. It lives on, dangerously. There are many ways to deal with the past. Some deny it, some bury it. Others try to come to grips with it by turning into the darkness. Germany has done that across several generations, addressing the horrors of war, exploring rather than denying the difficult legacies, exposing rather than burying. And this has often been most successfully achieved through artists and cultural producers. They remind us that the past is with us, shaping our lives, often in ways we do not recognize. They remind us that every so often we are forced to stop and take stock. We must bear witness. These three films start a conversation that will not end, but they leave something behind as they provoke us to move forward, engaging with the entanglement of past and present, and perhaps offering new ways of thinking about our future.